When it comes to love, the journey can often feel like a complicated dance. The attraction is undeniable, the chemistry is there, but sometimes the words just don't seem to come out. A man who is in love may not always be upfront about it. He might keep his feelings to himself, unsure of how to express them. But here's the thing. Love often reveals itself in the smallest, yet most meaningful ways. Sometimes you don't need the words to know that someone is falling for you. Their actions, their behavior, and their little gestures speak louder than anything they could say. If you've been noticing subtle signs from a man in your life, perhaps someone who seems to care a little more than most, there's a good chance he's showing his love in ways he's not quite ready to admit. Love is tricky. It doesn't always come with grand declarations or dramatic moments. Sometimes it shows itself through small, almost unnoticed gestures that reveal a deeper connection and emotional investment. Think about it. Has he been extra attentive? Does he remember the little things you said, even from weeks ago? Maybe he's there for you when you need support, or he's always the first to check on you when things aren't going great. Does he seem to go out of his way to spend time with you, even when there's no clear reason to do so? These are the types of signs that can indicate a man is deeply in love with you, even if he hasn't admitted it yet. You might notice him getting a bit nervous or fidgety when you're around, because your presence makes him feel something he's not yet ready to express. Perhaps he tries to make you smile, cracking a joke or pulling a playful stunt just to see you happy. He might not be vocal about his emotions, but you can see it in how he interacts with you. His love manifests in small ways, in the way he stands up for you when others are around, or the way he defends your honor without even thinking twice. One of the most telling signs that a man is in love but won't admit it is his unwavering support for you, whether you're facing challenges or celebrating victories. His encouragement might come in the form of a simple text, a phone call, or even a shoulder to lean on when you need it the most. The point is, he's always there. His attention to detail, remembering the small things like your favorite song, your favorite food, or the milestones in your life, all add up to something deeper than just casual interest. It's his way of showing you that you matter to him more than anyone else. But the truth is, love is complex. Men sometimes find it difficult to express their feelings, particularly when it's something as powerful as love. They may show their emotions through actions instead of words, and while it can be frustrating to not hear the words, "I love you," these subtle signs are their way of telling you what they can't yet say. So if you find yourself questioning whether the man in your life might be in love with you, take a look at his actions. Sometimes, the quietest hearts speak the loudest through their little gestures. 1. He finds reasons to be around you. When a man is in love but won't admit it, one of the clearest signs is that he always finds reasons to be around you. It's not just about hanging out or spending time together. It's about making sure his presence is known and valued. He might randomly show up at places you frequent or find excuses to talk to you, even when it's not necessary. For example, he might ask about your day, offer help with something, or simply check in on you, even if it doesn't seem like a big deal. This behavior often stems from the fact that he wants to be near you, but isn't ready to express his feelings directly. It could be as subtle as sitting next to you during a group hangout, or always making sure he's there when you need something. Deep down, he's longing for a deeper connection, even if he's too scared to say it out loud. 2. He makes you feel special with little gestures. When a man is in love but reluctant to admit it, he will often make you feel special through small but meaningful gestures. These gestures may seem subtle, but they carry a lot of weight because they show how much he cares, even if he doesn't voice it. He might hold the door open for you without thinking twice, or offer you his jacket when it's cold, even if he's not saying "I love you" with his words. Sometimes it's the way he remembers your preferences, like ordering your favorite coffee or making sure you're comfortable in a crowded room. These actions go unnoticed at first, but they speak volumes about his feelings. He's not just being kind out of habit, he's doing it because he genuinely cares about your happiness and well-being, even if he's not yet ready to admit it to himself or you. 3. He remembers the small details about you. When a man is truly interested in you but hesitant to admit it, one of the most telling signs is how he remembers even the smallest details about you. It could be something as simple as recalling your favorite movie, or the way you take your coffee, or remembering an offhand comment you made about a childhood memory. He pays attention to these seemingly insignificant facts because they matter to him. This isn't just casual conversation for him. He's invested in knowing you deeply, even if he isn't ready to openly acknowledge it. The fact that he brings these details up later, often unexpectedly, shows how much he's paying attention and how much you're on his mind. His ability to recall these little things means he's mentally and emotionally engaged with you, showing a level of affection that he might not verbally express yet, but it's clear through his attentiveness. 4. He tries to impress you without being obvious. When a man is in love but doesn't admit it, he'll often try to impress you in ways that aren't overtly obvious. He might downplay his actions or act like he's just being helpful, but deep down, he's trying to get your attention and make a lasting impression. This could be through showing off his talents or skills, like helping you with something you've been struggling with, or offering advice in areas he knows you're interested in. It might also include small acts of thoughtfulness, like dressing well when he knows he'll see you, or subtly flexing his sense of humor to make you laugh. He doesn't want to come across as too eager, but his efforts to stand out or make you notice him are clear. It's all part of showing his affection while keeping it under wraps, hoping you'll notice the effort without him having to declare his feelings outright. 5. He gets jealous when other men are around you. When a man is in love but won't admit it, jealousy can be a subtle but powerful sign. He may not openly express his feelings, but when other men are around you, it's hard for him to hide his discomfort. It might show in his body language, like a slight stiffening, an uncomfortable shift in his tone, or even a quiet, watchful gaze as he observes the situation. He may not make it obvious, but his attention sharpens when another guy interacts with you, revealing his hidden possessiveness. This jealousy isn't necessarily about controlling you, it's more about his fear of losing you to someone else. He's emotionally invested, but too afraid to openly acknowledge it. So he masks his jealousy in subtle ways, like making casual comments or steering the conversation back to himself. Though he might act like it's no big deal, deep down, he's deeply affected by the thought of you with someone else. 6. He supports you in everything you do. When a man is in love but won't admit it, one of the most telling signs is his unwavering support for everything you do. Whether it's your career, your personal goals, or even your hobbies, he's always there cheering you on. He'll encourage you to pursue your dreams, offer help when you need it, and always back you up, even if it's something he doesn't fully understand or isn't particularly interested in. His support goes beyond just words. It's evident in his actions. He'll make time to listen when you talk about your ambitions or help you work through challenges. He'll take genuine interest in your success because your happiness matters to him. He might not come right out and say it, but his consistent, unconditional support is his way of showing that he cares deeply for you and your future, even if he's not ready to confess his feelings yet. 7. He listens to you attentively, even if it's about something small. When a man is in love but hesitant to admit it, one of the key signs is how attentively he listens to you, even when you're talking about the smallest things. It's not just about hearing your words, it's about genuinely paying attention and remembering what you've said. He'll listen intently when you share your thoughts, no matter how insignificant they may seem to others. Whether you're talking about your day, a random idea you had, or something that seems trivial, he absorbs it all. He might bring up past conversations in future discussions, showing that he's not only listening, but he values what you say. His ability to remember the smallest details of your life and the way he responds thoughtfully to even casual remarks shows his emotional investment. He cares about you deeply, even if he doesn't express it outright, and wants to show you that your words matter to him. 8. He often looks at you when you're not paying attention. When a man is in love but won't admit it, one of the most subtle yet revealing signs is how often he looks at you when you're not paying attention. It's like he can't help but steal glances when you're absorbed in something else, whether you're talking to someone, focused on a task, or just lost in thought. His gaze lingers a little longer than usual, and even though he tries to make it seem like a casual glance, you can feel that there's something deeper behind it. He's drawn to you without realizing it, unable to resist looking at you, even though he hasn't yet found the courage to openly express his feelings. These moments are silent but powerful, and they reveal just how much you're on his mind. His eyes give away what his words might not. He's emotionally invested, even if he's not ready to admit it. 9. He tries to make you laugh or smile. When a man is in love but reluctant to admit it, one of the signs he'll display is his consistent effort to make you laugh or smile. He may go out of his way to crack jokes, do something silly, or tell amusing stories just to see the joy on your face. It's not about getting attention for himself, it's about making you feel happy and light-hearted. He's paying attention to what makes you laugh, and he'll repeat those things, hoping to bring that smile to your face. Even in serious or quiet moments, he may try to lighten the mood by being playful or making a witty comment. His goal is simple: to make you feel good. These attempts to make you laugh or smile reveal how much he values your happiness, even if he's not openly confessing his deeper feelings. It's his way of connecting with you emotionally without saying a word. 10. He shows concern for your well-being, even in simple ways. When a man is in love but not ready to admit it, one of the clearest signs is how he shows concern for your well-being, even in the simplest ways. It could be as small as asking if you're feeling okay when you seem a little off, or noticing when you're tired and offering to help with something to lighten your load. He'll check in on you, even if it's just to ask how your day went, or if you've eaten yet. These acts of care aren't about making a big gesture. They're about showing that he's paying attention and wants to make sure you're okay. His concern comes from a genuine place, and though it may seem like casual kindness to others, it's really his way of showing he cares deeply. He may not say, "I love you" yet, but these small actions speak volumes about how much your well-being matters to him. 11. He shares personal details with you that he doesn't with others. When a man is in love but hesitant to admit it, one of the signs that become apparent is his willingness to share personal details with you that he doesn't share with others. He might open up about his past, his struggles, or his dreams, things he usually keeps guarded. He feels comfortable confiding in you, even though he's not openly expressing his emotions. It's his way of letting you into his inner world, even if he's too afraid to directly say how he feels about you. By sharing these personal aspects of his life, he's showing trust and a desire to build a deeper connection with you. These conversations often reveal more about his vulnerabilities, and though he may not be able to say, "I love you" just yet, his actions of sharing intimate details show that you mean something special to him. 12. He makes excuses to spend time with you. When a man is in love but unwilling to admit it, he will often make excuses to spend time with you. Even when there's no real reason for him to be around, he'll find ways to insert himself into your day. It might be something as simple as asking for help with a task, offering to give you a ride, or suggesting an activity he knows you enjoy. He may even make up reasons to check in on you or ask about your plans, all in an attempt to find more opportunities to be near you. These excuses aren't about being sneaky. They're his way of creating moments where he can spend time with you without it being too obvious. He might not come right out and say that he wants to be around you, but his actions show that he values your company and wants to find any excuse to be close to you. 13. He gets nervous or fidgety around you. When a man is in love but reluctant to admit it, he may get nervous or fidgety around you. This behavior is often a clear sign that he's emotionally affected by your presence, even if he's trying to mask it. You might notice him adjusting his clothes, playing with his hands, or avoiding eye contact when you're near. His nervous energy can come from a fear of saying something wrong, looking foolish, or simply because he's not used to being around someone he feels this strongly about. It's not that he's uncomfortable with you. It's the opposite. He's just deeply invested in how you perceive him, and that creates a natural sense of anxiety. While he might try to hide it, these small signs of nervousness are a reflection of his deeper feelings for you. He's uncertain about expressing them, but can't help but feel vulnerable in your presence. 14. He remembers important dates or milestones in your life. When a man is in love but won't admit it, one of the most telling signs is his ability to remember important dates or milestones in your life. He might surprise you by bringing up your birthday, an anniversary, or even smaller yet significant moments like the day you got a promotion or moved to a new place. It's not just about remembering the dates. It's about showing that he cares enough to make a mental note of them and acknowledge them when the time comes. He might not make a big deal out of it, but his thoughtfulness in remembering these key moments shows his emotional investment in your life. This is his way of staying connected to you and expressing care without directly revealing his feelings. Even if he doesn't say it outright, these small gestures show that he values you and the milestones that matter to you. 15. He defends you or stands up for you, even if it's not necessary. When a man is in love but reluctant to admit it, one of the most obvious signs is how he defends you or stands up for you, even when it's not necessary. It could be as simple as sticking up for you in a casual conversation or getting protective when someone says something unkind about you. He may not openly declare his feelings, but his actions speak volumes. Whether it's a subtle remark or a more direct response, he's willing to go out of his way to ensure you're treated with respect, even in situations where it doesn't directly affect him. His desire to defend you comes from a place of care and loyalty, and while he might not say, "I love you," his protective instincts reveal how much he values you. In those moments, his actions show that he's emotionally invested in your well-being, and he'll fight for you, even if no one asked him to.